Why did Tony Stark have to die in Avengers Endgame? Was it truly necessary? Let's dive into the Marvel Cinematic Universe to uncover the secrets behind this heart-wrenching decision. Welcome back, Marvel fans. Today, we're exploring one of the most emotional moments in MCU history, the death of Tony Stark, aka Iron Man, in Avengers Endgame. Tony Stark, portrayed by the incredible Robert Downey Jr., has been the cornerstone of the MCU since his debut in 2008. His death not only shocked fans worldwide, but also marked the end of an era. But why did the creators decide that Tony had to die? Let's look into his character arc, his journey, and the impact of his ultimate sacrifice. Tony Stark's character arc is one of the most complex and compelling in the MCU. From a billionaire playboy and weapons manufacturer to a selfless hero willing to sacrifice everything for the greater good, Tony's journey is extraordinary. But why did his story have to end with such a tragic yet heroic act? To understand this, we need to delve into the significance of his character arc and the build-up to his ultimate sacrifice. Tony's transformation is central to the narrative, and his death was a poignant conclusion to his story. Tony Stark's journey throughout the MCU is filled with pivotal moments that foreshadow his fate in Endgame. It all begins in Iron Man 2008, where Tony starts as a billionaire playboy and genius inventor who only cares about himself. After being captured by terrorists, he builds his first Iron Man suit and realizes he needs to use his intelligence for good. This moment marks the start of his transformation from a self-centered individual to someone who understands the importance of using his talents to help others. In the Avengers 2012, Tony joins a team of superheroes to save the world from an alien invasion. This is one of the first times he starts to think about protecting others on a bigger scale. His willingness to sacrifice himself by flying a nuclear missile into space to save New York City shows his growing sense of responsibility. Iron Man 3, 2013, presents Tony facing many personal challenges and learning that being a hero is not just about wearing a suit. He understands that he needs to be a better person and that his actions have far-reaching consequences. This film adds depth to his character, showing his vulnerability and determination to do the right thing. In Avengers, Age of Ultron 2015, Tony creates a robot named Ultron to protect the world, but it goes wrong and causes a lot of problems. This experience makes Tony realize that he can't always control everything and that sometimes his actions can have unintended consequences. It also highlights his fear of losing the people he cares about and his desire to safeguard the world at any cost. Captain America: Civil War 2016 showcases a major conflict between Tony and his friend Captain America about how superheroes should be regulated. This disagreement demonstrates Tony's willingness to make tough decisions for what he believes is right, even if it means losing friends. His sense of duty and responsibility to the greater good becomes even more apparent. Finally, in Avengers: Infinity War 2018, Tony fights against Thanos, a powerful villain who wants to destroy half of all life in the universe. Despite their best efforts, Tony and the Avengers fail to stop Thanos, resulting in the loss of many friends. This failure weighs heavily on Tony, driving him to find a way to fix everything and protect those he loves. By the time we reach Avengers Endgame, Tony has gone through significant growth. He has a family now and understands the importance of sacrifice. Each of these pivotal moments throughout his journey adds layers to his character, showing his evolution from a selfish genius to a mentor and father figure. His willingness to risk his life repeatedly sets the stage for his ultimate sacrifice, making his final act in Endgame a fitting conclusion to his character arc. The climax of Tony Stark's story comes in Avengers Endgame, where he makes the ultimate sacrifice to save the universe. In Endgame, the Avengers go back in time to collect magical stones called Infinity Stones to undo the damage Thanos caused. When they finally get the stones, Tony realizes that the only way to stop Thanos for good is to use the stones himself. Using the stones is very dangerous and could kill anyone who tries, but Tony knows that it's the only way to save everyone. In a heroic moment, Tony says his famous line, "I am Iron Man," and snaps his fingers, using the stones to defeat Thanos and his army. This act saves the universe but costs Tony his life. Tony's sacrifice is important because it completes his journey from a selfish man to a selfless hero. It shows that he is willing to give up everything, even his life, to save others. This moment is very emotional and shows the true essence of a hero. In conclusion, Tony Stark's death in Avengers Endgame was a narrative necessity for several key reasons. Reason 1. Iron Man was needed to stop Thanos. Tony Stark's intelligence and bravery were crucial in devising the plan to collect the Infinity Stones and undo Thanos' snap. His technical expertise and willingness to sacrifice himself made him the only Avenger capable of wielding the stones and ensuring victory. Reason 2. The universe is safer without Tony Stark. Tony's actions, while heroic, often led to unintended consequences. For example, his creation of Ultron nearly led to global destruction. His death prevents further potential disasters that his well-intentioned but risky decisions might cause. And the final reason, rise of new heroes. The post-Endgame MCU continues to explore themes of legacy and consequence. New heroes rise to fill the void left by Tony, and his sacrifice sets a precedent for the kind of heroism and responsibility expected in this new era. Tony's death also allows for fresh storylines and character development, ensuring the MCU evolves. Tony's sacrifice was the culmination of his arc, transforming from a man obsessed with himself to a hero who gave everything for the greater good. His death prevented potential future threats and provided emotional closure for his character, symbolizing the end of an era. Tony Stark's legacy will continue to inspire the heroes of the MCU and the fans who have followed his journey. What do you think about Tony Stark's character arc and his ultimate sacrifice? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights into the Marvel Cinematic Universe.